Let's see the quick demo of agent skill in Python. So here I just define our skills in inside these codes, and then we just ask to, okay, based on this actually just provide that output. So now I'm just getting that output in our local Olama or local LLM provider. So that we will try to implement. So let's moving to start the implementation. So before we start, I'm especially recommend, if you first time visit my channel, so go to my channel, which is .NET Real World Example, and then here I just started previous days for that in .NET, that agent skills. But yeah, now we will try to do in our Python language. So yeah, that pretty much good. But yeah, if you want to learn many other things like AI integration, front end, back end as a full stack developer, and deployment, game development, mobile development, as a complete development process, so you can learn many things over here. So now moving start to implementations. So to get started, what I need to do, as I already we define in our we have set up already Olama in my local, so inside my Docker. But yeah, you can just simply installed in your local system. So that actually the prerequisition, because we are just trying to use our local system, local LLM models. But if you have OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, so that is also good. Like that is also you can try to use. But yeah, I'll show you the both way, so which one you have, so you can consider it. So yeah, once you're done, now we just open a VS Code over here. VS Code, yeah, let me open as a VS Code and open a folder. Just create a new folder over here so that we can just start project over there from scratch. So here I just create one folder. This is a Python agent skill code define, because we are trying to use the code define mechanism, because there is a many mechanism actually. So now we will start with the code define mechanism, and then later on we will try file based mechanism and other mechanism as well. Okay, so here what I can do, I can just simply create a new file over here and make it this name, and whatever name you want. But yeah, I'll just make it this name, code define skills. And in this code defined skills, what I can do, I just required some packages over here. So let me import those packages here. And yeah, make sure all these packages you should install in your local. So yeah, this is just default packages, so you don't need to take and care anything. So over here, if it is not have in your machine, so you can simply pip install and then install that. And next actually I require agent skills, and whatever that agent framework, like to Microsoft agent framework actually provide those skills, agents. And also yeah, right now we will trying to use for agent framework, right? And then from here I'll just use like agent skills resource and skills provider. Okay, and yeah, if it is not over here, so simply you can just install this pip installed, and pip install agent framework and then pre-release, so that actually it should be installed in your local. So yeah, that package once you install, now here's the actually two things. So either you want to use Azure OpenAI. So for that Azure OpenAI, we can consider this package, right, for Azure OpenAI. So I can use this package and use this function like Azure OpenAI response client. And as of now actually we are trying to use for my local. So for that actually I can just simply use like from agent framework itself has the OpenAI package. So yeah, this is that package agent OpenAI, and I'll just consider that OpenAI chat client. Okay, and for Azure, if you're trying to use Azure, so definitely you require Azure client credentials. So yeah, for that also these two things actually we consider as a for Azure. And you don't want to use that for Azure OpenAI, if you want to continue with your local, so simply you can go with this. So currently I'm just commented these two things over here. But yeah, I'll share this code so that you can utilize and all. And next actually for Azure OpenAI, right, so definitely you can get that credentials or some information from this load environment. Okay, so I'll just use this package .NET environment, and which can provide load environment. And in this load environment I can load that all that environment files over here. And then what I'll do, over here I'll just define actually some inline codes actually which will can show actually what kind of instructions and all I just want required. So simply I just defined over here as a code defined agent skills over here, and this is the sample demonstration and all. And yeah, as of now actually just what we are trying to do actually that I just mentioned over here. So there's a couple of way actually we can utilize, like as we are trying to use first actually static resource, and then we can go with that dynamic resource and then dynamic scripts. So yeah, first let me go with this, right? And almost pretty much same approach, but yeah, only just few syntax and all differences. So yeah, let me moving to next. And in here I'll just want to load that environment if any environments we have. So if we consider as all that environment be stored as a environment file, and yeah, whatever environment file is available, so if it has, so it will just load it. Okay, and now what I'll try to do, I'll just create unit conversion skills over here. So yeah, I already handy that, so I didn't want to write over here, but yeah, let me just create it over here. So see, here I just create a simply unit conversion skills and just using this skills over there class, and then we can just define, okay, what is that name of that skill, okay, unit conversion skill, and this is the description, and this is that contents, and this is the resource. And inside the skill resource, what kind of what we have defined. Okay, yeah, so as we just want to convert one that miles to kilometer, kilometers to miles, so that actually we just share this skills over here in this asset, and then based on this we want to just get that output. So yeah, I think that pretty much good over here. Now we just created our skills, and once you created skills, what I can do, I can just simply create a main functions over here. So yeah, let me create a main functions. Yeah, here I can just call those are things. So yeah, in here just create a main function, and in this main function what I can do, we have to just define our local LLM models and all. So simply I can just create this local LLM models, and it is very important to correct it your correct place actually to formatting your code in Python. So that is very important. Okay, and yeah, once it's done, now I have to create this client. So whatever that client actually, and this OpenAI client, so if you go up in this OpenAI client, so see this one actually we just create a client using that package. So yeah, on here simply I can use this OpenAI client and store as a client, and whatever that endpoints, this is the my endpoint, and this endpoint actually I can just define, and API key is just a local, so that's why I just define Olama, and model ID would be whatever that model actually we want to use. So yeah, as for local we are using that cloud model, but yeah, if you want to as a normal model as well, like for example LLM 3.2, so you can consider that also. But it is good to have like use always nice model, or which can support the tools. Okay, because without supporting tools models won't work over here. And now next what I can do, I just defined skill provider over here. So simply I can just create another skill providers variables, and I can just say skill provider, and here actually there is a skills, and in it contain no multiple skill as well. So now right now I'm using that single one, but we have, if it is we if we can create a multiple skills also, we can provide as a in this array section. Okay, and once it's done, now we can just create a agent over here afterwards, and let me just create a agents. So this is that agents, and also we have to format that. Okay, and this agent basically using that client, whatever client we just call created, and then instruction, whatever we instruction we providing here, and this is a constant content context provider, and in here we just passing our that skill provider, and as a agent we just convert as agent, and whatever the response we are getting over here, we just provide and this response over here. and now we have to just ask, okay, see which is that actually. So how many kilometer in this, as a marathon 26 miles, and okay, how many pounds on this 70 kilometers, as I provide this list, right? So which have that provided is this is the rules, and this is that, that factors that per kilometer, from miles to kilometer, kilometer to miles, pound to kilometer, and all. So based on this, actually I just want to convert. Actually first we just share my skills and to agent, and then based on this we just get that output, right? So yeah, I think that is done now. And yeah, once you hear what I can do, but last things we have to add or call this our main function in here. That's it. So here I can see there is some formatting issues, right? So yeah, let me go up to fix those. Till here I think we are good, but here I guess some formatting issues. So yeah, let me try to fix one by one. Okay, so yeah, that's got fixed. Even that's also got fixed. That's got fixed. Okay, now cool. Even yeah. So yeah, that is very important, in this Python. Even sometime we don't know actually where is that, but yeah, that is fine. So yeah, once you're done, now simply we can go to the terminal, and yeah, new terminal over here, and in here we can just simply call our files python and code, and code define skill py, and then simply hit enter. And just once we hit enter, so as I check, I think my endpoint is correct. Even this is also correct. So basically issue is, yeah, so basically this is the problem. Okay. So yeah, I think I need to formatting properly. So this is that not correct. So yeah, main function also should be start from here itself. So that was the actually problem. So yeah, I think now we can try to run, but we make sure save everything properly. And once you save, now let me try to this. And yeah, once we enter, now see, now I'm just getting that conversion units. And also if I see over here, so I just get that, calls for my local LLM for that WeChat completions. And yeah, once you get answered, I can get that output over here. Okay, so now I'm getting that response. Yeah, before I start review the response, yeah, see, there's couple of calls also provide my local LLM, and then finally I can get that response based on my skills. So yeah, my skills I just provide. Okay, so 26 miles into 1, that kilometer and miles is 42 kilometers. Yeah, that is perfect. And this is also like, 70 kilometer means, 2 pound per kg, and then this is that actually we can calculate it. And now final answer would be your, the marathon would be approximately 42 kilometers, and 70 kilometer approximately for with the 160 pound. So yeah, whatever that current actually skill I just provide in this chart, so based on the providing, if you want to modify, definitely it will get that difference output and all. So that's how actually you can just provide your, uh, you can just provide your agent to any skills, and based on that agent actually you can just upgrade your agent by skills, right? So yeah, I think that is pretty much good. But yeah, if you want to, okay, so yeah, let me also just show the demo, but yeah, you can just utilize. So yeah, there's a or other way also, like we just use a static resource, right? So as a skills, this is a static resource, but yeah, we can use the dynamic resource and also the dynamic script as well. So that's how actually you can just utilize, like for example, let me show you for dynamic resource. So for dynamic resource, we can simply use this line of code. Let me copy here, that. Okay, so let me uncomment this here. So simply you can just use as a, unit conversion school as a resource, and then you can just mention whatever things and over here, and then we can use further based on this. Similar, if you want to use that script, dynamic script one, so also we can consider this way, for example like this way. And if you uncomment this, almost similar dynamic, but yeah, it just mentioned to script. So now see, it is just a script and whatever things, and then inside this we just define skills and all, and provide that output and all. So yeah, I think that pretty much good for this session, but yeah, in upcoming session definitely we will try to update skills in my agent due to the various mechanism or various approach, like based on that files, file approach, or other approach also we have. So that we will try. So yeah, that pretty much good for this session. Thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.